Hello, I'm Dow Bartling, and I hope that you are having a wonderful summer day. And I hope that the time that we spend together, you're going to have a brighter summer day. The older I get, the more I think. And I think God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Yesterday, I was at the farmer's market, and this one gentleman, he bought some cucumbers, he bought some Colorado peaches, he bought some lobster mushrooms, and when he got ready to leave, he put them on the top of his car. Well, yes, he got in the car, and he backs out, and people were honking, and they were pointing, and they were waving. He paid no attention to them. He kept right on going, and he went down the road, and a little bit, he goes down the road, and guess what? You got it. Package goes right over the hood and causes all kinds of commotion. People are crazy. A wife asked her husband, "Would you do a chore for me? I want you to run an errand. Go to the store and get me a carton of milk. If they have avocados, get 6. Husband does the errand, comes back, feels proud about it, walks in, has all these packages. Wife says, "What have you got there?" He says, "I got 6 cartons of milk." She says, "Why do you have that?" Because they had avocados. People are crazy. You know, a pastor had a dream. A pastor had a dream, and he was putting on what you call Lutheran Vespers on the radio. And he had a dream to have this in one particular spot all the time in South Dakota. And that pastor had a dream to do that in a stave, a church, a Norwegian church. And you see behind me that dream which has come true. People may say he was crazy. You see, this is an exact replica of a Norwegian church in Norway. That church was built in 1150. That church is still up today. And the dream that that pastor had, along with him sharing that dream with others, even though they said, "Hey, he's crazy," he was able to share. And you see that behind me right here. It is called the Chapel in the Hills. And with donations and people coming together, it was made an exact replica. And all the dowels and all the fittings and everything is all wood. It's all wood. So, God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Or some people may think that they're crazy. You know, even sometimes they may think I'm crazy. I may ask the question, do you have old life insurance or new life insurance? And I will get that look sometimes of, I think he's crazy. Life insurance is life insurance. But indeed, it's not. It is not. There was a gentleman that always went to the same banker. And when he went to this banker, the particular day, the banker introduced him to a young executive. Well, a week later, the gentleman goes in, and the old banker he deals with is not there. So he goes ahead and deals with the young man. Now, this gentleman, he had a little bit of money. And it was in the state of New York, in the city of New York City. Gentleman says, "Young man, I want a loan for $5,000. Young man says, "Well, yes, I can do that." And the young man, being executive, following the rules, says, "What collateral do you have?" Gentleman says, puts out the keys. "Here's keys to my Rolls Royce." Young executive says, "Let me check." He comes back, he says, "Yes." And they take the Rolls Royce as collateral. 10 days later, gentleman comes back. He says, "Here, I wish to pay off the loan, and here is the interest. By the way, how much is the interest of 10 days on $5,000. Young man does the check and everything. He says, sir, I need $175. Gentleman goes ahead and pays it. Young executive says, I have to ask you, sir, a man of your means, what did you need a 10-day loan for $5,000? He said, well, young man, you may think that I'm crazy, but I went to Europe for 10 days. And where else can you park a Rolls Royce and know that it's safe and pay the parking for 10 days for $175? You see, you may think people are crazy, but sometimes they're not. God is great. You know, in Psalms it tells us, be still and know that I am God. Chapel in the Hills can be a place where you can come and be still and listen and know that our God is supreme. That word be still, it means, you may think relax, but it does mean, hey, cease your fighting, cease your fighting. You know, step back, wake up, wake up. So be still and know that God reigns, and be still and know that God is supreme. Take time to be still and have yourself a brighter summer day. And until we meet again, you take care.